Welcome back to the community, folks. Today is the day. What did we buy last week? What was brought here? We're going to take a look at it and we're going to show you it, and we're pretty excited. We did go look at a barn find, another vehicle. You're going to see that next week though. And then we got to get back on chaos. Like I said, I've been doing work on this anyhow in the background, and I'll be putting the films up as we go along. But with these cars that I'm buying in barn finds, which is rare for me to come across, that's usually 5150 MX's job, Jason. But he's got a good channel. Don't forget to check it out. It's a blast, and he has a great personality.
I love him.
He is. He's a good guy. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and show you what we picked up. But lots to do on Chaos, lots of DIYs coming up, and not even just DIYs, just following the project. And thanks for being a great community. You guys are making this Slades community so big. The nightly chats, Saturday nights, I'm having a blast, and that's what it's all about. It's about everybody coming together. So we're going to go ahead, and we're going to show you what we got. So I guess it's quite obvious what we got.
Can you tell?
You know the shape of it? It's the 1970 Karmann Ghia. It's going to be a little bit before I get on it, obviously, though. I was going to pass it along to Heather and help her off and on and have her do it on her channel. But her channel is more geared towards, you know, gardening and ponds and bats and you name it. So, and check out her channel if you get a chance. There's a lot of unique stuff on there your wives or girlfriends may enjoy too. So let's show her a little bit of love. And also, we're going to go ahead and unveil this now. We're going to see what type of work we got to do and what's ahead of us. And let me know down in the comments. I really need help here, and then I'll show you the Ghia. Do you folks still think I should also grab that 70 Beetle while it's available and turn it into a custom tricked out Baja since it's rotted pretty bad? Let me know what you think. Honestly, I'll put something in the pinned section at the top, and then Jens can respond on that. So I'm trying to think while it's still there if I should grab it up also. So let's go ahead, let's peel the cover off. Let's take a look at this, go over it quickly. I won't keep you all evening here. So let's check it out. Let's go ahead, and Heather's much smoother than me. I got it stuck already. Okay, there we go. She was quicker than me. Okay. Pretty, pretty girl. Remember, these cars are tough. I mean, they've been through a lot, and it isn't like you can change the fenders on these, you know what I mean? So let's start at the front, and we'll work our way all the way around is what we'll do, and see what we're working with. So, 1970, front bumper's missing. That's okay. I thought I had the grill piece, but maybe I don't. I can't find it anywhere, so maybe I'm just thinking I did. We'll open the trunk in a minute. But of course, you know, you got your typical Bondo areas on them. They do sell the complete nose for this to cut off, change the nose. Looks like the headlight bucket areas must be okay though. So let's go around to here. What do we see here? Sport wheels. And there's two more in the trunk. Those are kind of rare. You don't see the sport wheels very much. So as we take a look back here, it's really not in as bad a shape as it appears to be. So let's have Heather open a door here. We have a broken hinge, which is quite common on these. They're aluminum. And pull the door up a little. Okay, see that? There you go. And the hinge is broke. That is quite common. But one thing I'll show you on these, see how they screw to the door and screw to the A-pillar. Where the Beetles, it's welded inside the door. They're not on these. So let's take a look at the dash here. We have our old vintage steering wheel. I really like this car. I really do. There's an old AM/FM cassette, an old JVC. It's not original, of course, you know. But pedal assembly's there, and it works good. Actually, I was messing around with it. Firewall looks good up front. Let's take a look under the carpet here. Okay, so we got a little hole there. Actually, I was underneath the car. It's just really hard to film it, but it definitely is not that bad. It's pretty fixable. So steering column needs bolted back up. Not a big deal. I didn't do that. Somebody else had it disconnected. And here's the passenger seat. And I believe the driver's seat is leaning slightly due to the floor. We have pop-out windows. I don't know if that's common on these or not. Okay. I don't know what year they stopped or started it. Cold air intake don't belong in there, and it's not mine. This has the full back seat. So what you want to always do on these, of course, is check the battery tray area over there, which is actually pretty good, believe it or not. So, okay, that's not too bad there. Let me move this. And I think it needs a door panel, obviously. Like I said, I didn't pay a whole lot for it, you know, so I'm going to have Heather open the back for us. What do you think so far, babe?
I like it.
Watch you don't fall. We got a hillside here. Okay, and look, this is kind of funny. Does those look familiar, Beetle guys? That's what holds your deck lid open. But there's two on these. Now, this has the IRS, and this has the late model IRS. You could tell by the style throughout bearing that's in it, which I prefer. But this is not rotted out back here. Usually they're all rotted out back here. It's actually very solid, in all honesty. So I'm quite surprised by that. I thought it would be worse back there. So we'll go ahead and put the deck lid down. Tail lights are all in place back here. They're actually in good shape. I'll go around the other side here. So let's go back here. Bumper looks like it's touching there, so it could have been pushed a little bit. Although it don't appear to be in the back, although it does a tiny bit. But the back end actually is pretty nice. I thought that would be worse also. Tail lights are all in good shape. The glass is all in good shape, so that's a bonus. Here's regular Beetle wheels on this side, but the other two sport wheels are in the trunk. So we're going to have Heather reach in and pop the trunk open. Okay, so Heather's going to open the trunk in a second there, because I know she wanted to look around the car inside.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, old Karmann Ghia logo. Go ahead and pop the trunk. There we go. The lock is inside the glove box on these, or should I say latch. Door shuts nicely. Should be a little lever under there. She's used to mess them with cars with me. Here we go. And again, we have deck lid springs, just like the Type 1s. That's kind of funny. But there's old, check out these fog lights. See the K? Those are from Kmart back in the day. Those are, I've wanted a pair of these for so long. That's old Kmart fog lights. They're very hard to find, in all honesty. They're kind of unique. But as you can see inside, it's actually in pretty decent condition. I'm actually surprised at how solid it is. It doesn't look like it was ever hit. I was checking out, you know, the front to see. And I'm not going to jack it up today and go under it, but it has a good front beam with disc brake system. And a little rust around the windshield, but I felt up underneath it, and it really doesn't seem bad to me. So hopefully you know, there's not an issue there, but I truly doubt there is. There is some Bondo here, obviously, you can tell, but on most of these cars there are. But I think the good thing would be is making it a cool, old school, like a patina type driver, in all honesty. It needs some floor pan work, but the heater channels are solid, which is a great thing. The frame head is clean and solid. So it's actually a really good starting point, in all honesty. What do you think? I know you would. She likes the Ghias. Well, Heather likes all Volkswagens, you know, in all sincerity. And you'll see next week the one we looked at, and then we got to get back to work in the garage. But I like the sport wheels. I think they're cool. I didn't expect it to have all 4 until I looked inside and then caught 2 in the trunk. So that was kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and take a peek underneath a minute for you. I didn't know if I'd be able to do this or not, but let's see what we can grab. There you go. See, it's not really that bad. In all honesty, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. So to fix it up just as like a driver, it really would not be that much of a nightmare. I've seen a lot worse. I really have. Let's take a look under the front end and see what's going on there. Okay, well, I don't have it jacked very high, but you can see the beam, part of it. I should have had it jacked up, but it's just not in the cards today. But the beam's good on it. Got a disc brake set up. It actually does. I got up inside of there and checked the frame head, and it was very clean. So definitely a great survivor. I'm very, very pleased with what it is. It doesn't need a lot of work. Of course it does. It's an older car, but that's part of the game. Okay, so that is the 1970 Karmann Ghia. Yes, it does need a lot of work. There's no doubt about it, you know, but I think that it's very doable. Should the body come off? Probably. But if you want to just make it a driver, then you don't need to take the body off of this car. The front beam's solid, the frame head is solid, the floor pans need some work, you know. Interior is kind of ratty, but these cars, they're getting hard to get. I mean, how often do we see one, really?
I never see them.
No.
Never. We're in Pennsylvania, though. We're in the Rust Belt, so.
Yeah, you're right. And that's probably why we don't see a lot of cars that some of you are used to seeing, like if you're down south or out west, especially Arizona. You may see these rolling around a lot because we watch a lot of VW car shows on YouTube, and she'll always see a notchback or a Ghia and go, oh, I want one of them, you know. Out there, you know, everybody's spoiled a little more because you're not really dealing with a lot of rust, I guess, unless you're near the ocean where you have that salt air. But
Right.
I think, honestly, I think that she'll do quite well. It's going to take a little time. We got to finish Chaos up, the 68, and I'm thinking a 6-month time span she'll be done, and then we'll get on this. And I might grab that Beetle to have on a back burner as a Baja, because sometimes it's getting harder to get some of them. So let me know what you think. I'm going to pin a comment at the top, and everybody can vote or say what you think right there. So thanks for being here, and thank you for helping me. I appreciate
problem.
it. She's awesome.
I enjoy it.
And we'll see you tomorrow night on live chat, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great, great weekend.